So you mentioned Harris, and you tweeted this out. We know Harris has been in to work out and visit with the Browns. He also went to the Broncos earlier in the week and lives in Denver and has played there. But again, who has any idea what type of contract he's looking for? You mentioned the $8 million in 2022. I'm guessing they don't want to go that high, and I'm guessing if somebody was willing to go that high, he'd probably be in camp now.
Yeah, I think you're probably looking somewhere in that 3 to 5 million range, maybe with some incentives in there. But then sometimes you get really late on in camp. Some of these guys sign for like 2.5 because they feel like there's nowhere left to sign and will just sign somewhere. So it can be a waiting game, and there are several names out there still. Maybe if there was only one, they'd feel a bit more pressure to go and do something. Whereas they're almost in a nice spot at the moment where they can assess all the options while giving Maurice Hurst, some other guys, the opportunity to step up. But no, I think they'll definitely get someone done. And after that's there, the roster is absolutely stacked. And it just comes down to, can Deshaun Watson play? If Deshaun Watson plays like a top 8 quarterback, the rest of the roster is that talented. It will be a breeze this season. And then it's a whole different ballgame once you get to the playoffs, but you get to the playoffs.
When you look at it, is Harris a guy that you think fits well? Sue has a little bit of history with Jim Schwartz. Of the guys that are out there, and you mentioned Ioannidis, of the guys that are out there, who do you think fits next to Dalvin Tomlinson or somebody that does what the Browns need from a D tackle?
I think all three of them are great, and it doesn't really bother me which of them. On Matt Ioannidis, to me, is by far the most talented of the group. I think Shelby Harris is probably next up I would take. Has really good pressure numbers, but then also provides well in the run game. And I think the advantage of having two really good ones is you almost being able to rotate with. Tomlinson tends to play about 55% of snaps, which is fine when he's out there. But what happens when he's not? Are we relying on Ika and Jordan Elliott or Ika and Hurst? Having somebody else, even if it's one where you go, we'll have Tomlinson on the field or we'll have Shelby Harris, unless it's a massive importance snap, just then rotate one of them out there at a time, and you just want to have that high level of quality across the defensive line.